For Pisces risings, the last 7 years have been a quiet revolution in the most personal part of your chart, the mind, your voice, and the way you communicate and move through this immediate world that you live in. This transit just ended. Uranus left Taurus and entered Gemini April 25th, 2026. And for Pisces risings, that means it moved from your third house and into your fourth house. The through line for this transit is very interesting. The voice found itself over the last 7 years, and now the home has to be rebuilt around who it found. The third house for Pisces risings is in Taurus, and like I said, the third house is all about the mind and your voice used as a physical instrument in this world. There is a piece of Hellenistic astrology here as well. The moon rejoices in the third house. It's the moon's favorite place in the entire chart. For Pisces risings, their third house is in Taurus, which is also the moon's sign of exaltation. So the mind is deeply, deeply lunar. It is intuitive, it is embodied, it is feeling first. Honestly, it's a little psychic. Pisces rising processes information through the body before the intellect catches up. They speak from a place that is very internal, even if they can't really name it sometimes. It's just very intuitive and psychic energy. When Uranus moved into that house in 2018, it was electrifying the most emotionally intelligent, most instinctual place in your chart. And I think the disruption was very specific. You all found your voice. For a lot of Pisces risings, this was a period that involved significant change in how they speak, what they say, how they say it, whether they say it at all. Some found their voice for the first time. Some found that their voice that they've been using just no longer fits their narrative that they have about themselves. Both are the same transit doing the exact same thing. That work is now complete. Uranus left Taurus on April 25th and entered Gemini, which means it left your third house and entered your fourth house. The fourth house for Pisces risings is in Gemini. The fourth house is what we call the IC, the immu coli, which is the literal lowest point of the sky at the time of birth. Hellenistic astrologers called this the underground, the root system, the foundation of your entire chart and of the self. With Gemini in this house, Pisces rising's foundations have always been more alive and polar than people expect. There's a chatty, curious, mentally restless quality to their deepest interior that I don't think a lot of people see from the outside. When they feel most at home, there's something mentally alive in the environment around them through conversation and ideas and exchange, movement. Complete stillness sometimes starts to feel kind of like stagnation for them. This isn't a restlessness for its own sake. It really is the architecture of their foundation. Here's a piece of modern astrology logic worth naming. So Uranus is the higher octave of Mercury. Gemini is ruled by Mercury. So Uranus moving into Pisces' fourth house is the higher octave of Mercury, rebuilding the home of the chart from the ground up. The revolution is happening in Mercury's own territory at the deepest level of your chart. The research I want to bring in from this is John Bowlby's attachment theory. So Bowlby was a British psychiatrist and psychoanalyst whose landmark work on attachment and loss, published across 3 volumes between 1969 and 1980, fundamentally changed how psychology understands human connection. His central finding was that humans have an innate need for close emotional bonds, and that early attachment relationships form an internal working model. It's basically like a mental blueprint for what safety and home feel like. That blueprint runs underneath everything we do in relationships and how we inhabit space and what makes us really feel held and safe in this world. The key concept I want to bring in here for Pisces rising and having Uranus in the fourth house for the next 7 years is what Bowlby called the security base. He found that people need an attachment relationship or an environment that feels reliably safe in order to move through this world with any sort of freedom. Without it, the energy that should go towards more growth and curiosity tends to start going towards vigilance instead. So for Pisces rising, the security base has always had a Gemini quality to it. Mental aliveness, the sense that that the environment is responsive to them, that there's an exchange happening, right? If you're in a relationship that feels like you're giving more than you're receiving, you are out of there. Uranus in the fourth house for the next 7 years is disrupting that old security base and asking what the real one actually looks like. The question it asks isn't whether you can have security. It is whether the version of security that you've been settling for is what is keeping you small in this world. What this tends to look like in practice is living arrangements kind of changing out of nowhere, sometimes more than once, and each teaches you something about what you actually need to feel safe in this world. The definition of family expands or restructures as well during this transit, so the inner home, the emotional interior, becomes a place of just active investigation over the next 7 years. Old patterns surface and they will be asked to just be acknowledged. That's the 7-year journey that you are now entering. Two things specifically running for Pisces Risings in 2026 that are worth naming as well. So Neptune, your chart ruler, is currently in Aries in your second house. Saturn is also in Aries in your second house. So both are transiting the house of values, resources, your self-worth. So the question of what you're worth and what you're actually claiming as yours in this life is very alive and active in your chart right now, running parallel to everything this Uranus transit is about to begin in your fourth house. The deeper question underneath both of these transits is the same one. The voice found itself in the third house work over the last 7 years. The second house is asking whether you believe that voice is worth claiming. And the work of the fourth house is building a life around that answer. The practice for this transit is really rooted in your physical home. So in Sicilian folk magic, the entrance of your home is one of the most sacred and protected spaces in the house. It is where the interior and the exterior meet, where what's yours and what's outside kind of make contact. So for Pisces Risings, with Uranus now in the fourth house, that entry point is exactly where the work is living. So one night this week, if you do feel called to do a little ritual for this transit, get a small bowl of sea salt and stand at the front of your doorway, so inside the home facing out. Scatter a thin line of salt the width of the doorway, and then speak 2 things out loud. One sentence about who you are allowing to come into your home during this next chapter, and one sentence about what you're no longer carrying into the home. Take one small piece of paper and write your name on it. Fold it once and tuck it into the door frame or under your mat, somewhere around the entrance of your home. This is Uranus in the fourth house asking to be met, so just give it something to work with. I cannot wait to see what you all build over the next 7 years. You all are so freaking psychic. It's going to be epic.